Yeah, look, I think for us as Indians and Hindus, we've seen how Hinduism is under attack in America. It all started a few years ago with this dismantling global Hinduva conference, and it's only gotten worse. We've seen the Indian consulate be attacked multiple times. We've seen Gandhi statues around the country be vandalized, and this continues to rise and rise. And the essences and the instances of anti-Hinduism, Hinduphobia, are rising at a very rapid pace. And I think, we as a community have to bind together to fight this at all levels.
Why this is rising, the Hindu phobia?
Well, listen, I think that there are certain populations in America who are anti-India and anti-Hindu. These are the same populations that are anti-Jewish and anti-Semitism. That's why I think you see a lot of synergies between Hinduism and Judaism in the communities, because both communities are persecuted. We've seen how the Jewish community has been persecuted for many, many years. And now many of the same communities who persecuted them are turning their arrows towards us.
How can the elected representative can play a role in fighting against this Hindu phobia?
Well, look, I think, we've seen battles occur within government. We saw what happened with the Seattle City Council, which was shameful that they passed the resolution targeting Hindus. We see this bill, Senate Bill 403, in California. And so, elected officials need to stand strong against these initiatives, even within government, that are targeting Hindus.
What would be your message to the other elected representative on this?
Well, I think I would say is, look, we all need to stand together for Hindu Americans in America. And it's not acceptable to play both sides. We have to stand up for our community.
Is the entire give us an impression about the rest of the country? Is it one section is anti working purposefully against the Hindus, or the entire country? What is this?
Well, no, I think we've seen it primarily in Islamic communities, right? We know that CARE, the Council for Arab Islamic Relations, has been leading the charge. We know that they are leading the charge against us. We've seen what Ilhan Omar and the Squad has done in Congress against us, and so we know that there is a big fight in the Democratic Party between them and us, and I think we have to make sure that we win this fight.
How do you see the Indian Americans in general playing a role in fighting this out?
Well, I think not there are not many of us who are actually Hindu and Indian American elected officials, and so we need help from regular white, black, Hispanic elected officials, right? We need help with every other Asian elected officials, and so there are Indian Americans and Hindu Americans in every congressional district in America, and every state in America, and every state rep and state senate district in America, and it's incumbent upon them to be talking to their elected officials to stand with us.
In this context, I wanted to also talk to you about the recent attack on the Indian consulate in San Francisco and the posters and open threat against the Indian ambassador, senior Indian diplomats. How do you see those developments?
Well, I mean, it's completely shameful and should be condemned, and I think is being condemned. We know that this wasn't just the first attack, this was the second attack done on them. And I think we have to continue to condemn them and ensure that protest is one thing, violence is not protest. And so this was not a protest. This was an arson, or an attempt at an arson, and has to be prosecuted to the full leverage of the law.
You're one of the youngest senators in Ohio, right? How is the life of a senator, a state senator there?
Well, look, my job is to serve the public and to serve our community. And every day I wake up, and that's my goal and what I seek to do.
How do you see India from here?
Well, look, obviously, I think that Prime Minister Modi has done an excellent job, and I think that our job in the United States has to be to strengthen the U.S.-India relationship. We see how the U.S.-Israeli relationship is impacted by Jews in America. It should be the same thing for Indian Americans here in the U.S.